So you can see these are just default things. The first option that you can actually select is alert. And this is used to basically provide a pop-up window to inform you if an item has been auctioned that's in one of your wish lists. And if it prompts you if you would like to bid, or if it's automatically bid for you, it prompts you and asks you whether you'd like to keep the bid or cancel. So that's just a handy way to sort of be reminded that your wish list has detected something that exists in it, and it lets you know what's happened or lets you choose whether to do something with it. The next is auto bid, and this is kind of as it sounds. If this is marked, if kAuction detects an auction for the item that you've marked here, it will automatically bid based on the settings you've set up here. So it will use, in this case, a normal bid type. I've not set it as set bonus or best in slot. I'll show you what those do in a second here. Next is auto remove. If this is checked, if an auction is created and I win it for this item, it will automatically remove it from my wish list for me. If it's not checked, just like that, then it won't remove it for me. I have to do it manually. So just keep that in mind, because if you don't have auto remove set, it may keep it on there even though you won the item. Best in slot, this is just if that item is a best in slot item for the bid type, then you want that checked. So note that I have a couple wish lists here, and you can make as many as you want. In my off-spec list, I have the bid type set to off-spec for the Betrayer of Humanity, but I also have that as a normal bid type in this. So maybe it's my best in slot for normal, but it's not best in slot for off-spec, whatever it might be. And then lastly, set bonus. This is simply if this item were to complete a set bonus for you, you'd want to check that. And again, that's based on the bid type. So if it's a set bonus completion for a normal set, then you want to check that. And both the best in slot and set bonus are passed along to the loot council when bids are created, and that just lets them get an idea of how good the item would be. So I'm going to go ahead and show some examples here. So as you can see, we've got bid type set to normal. If I right click that, I can change that. So maybe this is actually a rot bid or off spec, whatever. So I have it set to auto bid. I'm going to take off auto remove for the moment, and I'm going to put on best in slot and set bonus. Then I'm going to go ahead and create an auction for my Betrayer. And you can see as soon as that was created, let me pull this window up. As soon as that was created, I got a pop-up, and that's because I have alert checked. And this is telling me an automatic bid was created because I have auto bid checked. It detected that I have a normal bid set up, and it asks if I'd like to keep the bid or cancel. And if you look at kAuction, you can see one bid has been created. It also set it as best in slot and as set, since I have both of those checked. If I hit cancel right now before it ends, now my bid has been removed. And if you look, my auction, or excuse me, my wish list item is still there because I didn't win. I canceled my bid. But let's go ahead and create another one here. Same thing. I'm going to get the pop-up. It's going to ask me if I want to keep the bid. I'm going to go ahead and keep it this time. And so my bid is still there. And when this expires, it's not going to remove it because I don't have auto remove checked. So we'll wait for this. Another thing while we're waiting is a couple new minor features. If you control click on any item links in kAuction, you can get a dressing room pop up. Likewise, if you shift click, you can paste it in chat like so. Sorry about that. That was a winning noise there. So I've won this item, yay for me. Now if I refresh my list, I still have the item there because I did not have auto remove enabled. So I'm going to go ahead and check that this time and do another one. And once again, it's alerting me because I have alert set. It's auto bidding because I have auto bid set. I'm going to keep my bid. And I have the auction time set quite high just to give me time to explain things, but this will take a while. As mentioned, auto remove, that will actually remove it from my list once I win. And normally you wouldn't keep this wish list window open while you're, doing your normal raid thing. So this actually has now been removed, but I haven't refreshed the list, so it still shows up. But if I just click off and go back, now I'm back on my DPS items and I don't have a betrayer listed anymore. It automatically removed it for me because I had that option set. But I still have it in my off-spec list. Again, because kAuction will look through, it tries to prioritize things. So the priority system is explained in detail on the forums post. But for now, just know that it finds the highest priority wish list item that matches whatever the auction was. So even though I had 2 betrayers in my wish lists, one for this off-spec and one for the DPS items, it picked the one that was in my DPS items because that was a normal bid type, whereas this one's off-spec. So if I go ahead and let's uncheck auto bid, and we'll keep alert on for this off-spec, and I'm going to go ahead and create another auction, same thing. Now this time, because I don't have auto bid, we get a new sort of dialogue. We still get something popped up because we have alert, and this is saying an auction has been detected for an item that's in your wish list. Would you like to enter a bid based on the settings that it detected? So again, it found the highest priority item that matches. That's this one. It's showing we don't have best in slot or set bonus set, and we have it set for off-spec bid type. Now if I want to bid with that, I'll go ahead and hit bid, and now it adds the bid for me. If I click on it, you can see I'm an off-spec bid. I don't have best in slot or set bonus, so it didn't add those, and everything else is normal. Once I win, it's going to remove it. Let me refresh my list here, and now you can see it's gone. So I'm going to add that item back a few times here, just for some more examples. And again, remember, there's no limit to the number of wish lists you can have. Just make sure you set the settings as you would like them, especially the bid type. So I've got the betrayer back in my lists. I'm going to go ahead and turn off alert. I'm going to keep auto bid though, and auto remove, and normal bid type. So I'm going to make another auction. So you can see I didn't get a pop-up of any kind, but because I have auto bid selected, it did actually enter a bid for me. So if you don't have alert set, just recognize that you don't need it. As long as you trust your setup and your wish lists, then it will do everything for you. And once the bid is created, you can cancel it just like you normally would. Just want no bid, then you can remove it that way. And in that case, since I'm not going to win this, then my wish list item will stay there. A couple other things. You can see it was set to disenchanted. That's a new feature in kAuction. If there's no bids, it automatically sets to disenchanted. Another feature is if you type /kAUI, space UI, go to interface, mainframe. At the top, there's an auto remove auctions option and a delay. And that is basically, if you normally would hit the X to close your auctions, I'll show you an example here. If you normally hit these little X's because you don't like the frame being up or you want to close it all out, if you check this, it will automatically remove those auctions after the auction expires plus the number of seconds in this delay. So basically I have it set to automatically remove these 5 seconds after the auction expires, and then they'll automatically disappear. So that's just kind of a way to keep things tidy.